Is it okay if you record the session?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to do that.
Thank you.
All right. Wait, let me stop sharing. Record. All right, it's recording now. So, can you all see my screen?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay. So I'll just, as usual, I'll do it like this because I cannot see you when I'm talking. Okay. So today we'll look at commonly cultured fish species. All right. Especially in Malaysia. I like if you would be able to go to this website. So it's called FishBase. So it's a global information system on fishes. So it has a lot of information if you want to look for fish species. All right, we can look at it later. With me. All right, so it has, you can type the common name. So I type brown marble grouper. You can search, or if you want to look for the scientific name, so you can put in the genus and species or both of it and just search. All right, so it gives you the list of the things that you're looking for. So you can click whichever species that you think is the one that you're looking for. Okay, so for example, I look for brown marble grouper. So it gives you the scientific name. For fish, this is the thing in this is called the authority. So macam how do I explain this? So when they discover the species, somebody has got to kind of like identify.
Tiga biji.
Somebody has got to identify kind of like officially what is the fish, right? So this is a person's name, right? Foscal 1775. So the year that it was kind of like identified was with morphology and everything was 1775. All right. So it gives you also the geographical region where the fish can be found and the classification. So you, for this species, it's this one, and groupers belongs to this group, all right, and some sea bass also belongs to the same group, all right, and it tells you the environment and the distribution. All right, I'll just go to that website for a while so you can see. Go. Fish piece. Okay. So it looks like this. Right. So there are a lot of inputs that you want to put in by family and country, ecosystem, regional interfaces, or by topic. Right. So there are a lot of input here, but I just you know, use common name. Right. So so for Asian sea bass, the one we have here is Lattice calcarifer. So anyway, just click anyone you like, whichever you want, and then you can see what are the differences. Okay, so it tells you the photo. You can even get the photo here. So if you click the pictures, I think it will, yeah. So there are a few pictures that you can get from here. Okay, wait, do I go back? So there are a lot of pictures that you can get. Right. These are from independent people. So if you want to put in your photo, you can do that. So yeah, it's nice for you to see. Let's see if I go back. You allow me to go back. Okay. So if you can click here, it'll tell you the geography region. And these are the kind of like the morphology of the fish. So you can read, it's quite lengthy, but if you're interested in it, then it's good. So some physiology of the fish, mating behavior and life cycle. For agency bus, it's for International Union of Conservation of Nature. So red list status, it's least concern, right? So you can get all this information from the website. Okay, just an example. We'll go back to the slide. Okay, I hope you all can use that as a tool for you to learn more. So I cannot teach you everything, but you can learn from self-learning from the website. Okay, so for FAO list of commonly cultured fish species, there are several, all right? So no worries, some of them are listed in your assignment. So you can read up on the scientific names and the common names. But we do have grass carp, yes, we do have. Silver carp, yes. Nile tilapia hybrids. Tilapia species is a red hybrid. We have here red and red hybrids. Common carp, big head carp, right? We'll see this later. Katla, Carassius is like koi's, right? Catfish, rojo labio is rojo fish. Milkfish is usually cultured along with other marine fish like groupers and sea bass. So they are usually cultured in the same farm. Torpedo shaped catfish and our Atlantic salmon we don't have lah. Definitely we don't have. So just an example, you can see here. Also, I hope it's clear. If it's not, never mind. It's not important, right? So these are the common name and the scientific name. So some of the answers are already here, right? All right. So as I've mentioned before, I'm not an ichthyologist. So I think what's important for you to learn is that. All right, hold on. Give me 2 minutes. Class rep, can you send the link to my master student, Afika? Do you have a
Okay.
number?
Yeah.
Can you please send her the link? All right. Thank you. I'm not an ichthyologist, so I'm not a person who identifies fish and their morphology, but I generally know how they look like. Okay. So if you look at the mouth of the fish, right, the morphology, the mouth of the fish, you can see that there are 4 types. Okay, terminal, superior, inferior, and protusible. Terminal is usually fish that feed on other fishes. So I think the example is like the grouper and the sea bass. Alright, superior, ambush predators, arowana, I think, look like this. Inferior, bottom feeders and eat things like crustaceans or shellfish. So these are your carps. All right, some of the carps are inferior, some of them are terminal. Protusible, I don't see much. I think this is an example of the alligator garfish, right? So the mouth is really unique, adapted to their feeding and living environment. Okay, so example of predators, all right, bottom feeders, right? You can see that if farmers want to have a polyculture fish farm, so in order to maintain a good water quality and environment, so they can have species which include, you know, a few of these feeders and bottom feeders, which are omnivores or herbivores. All right. I'm not an expert, so I do not know all these species, but I do know some of them. All right, so if you go to a fish, this is in a supermarket. So you see that They have live tilapia fish. Um, this is a mix of Nile and also hybrid, red hybrid. You can see the stocking density. It's terrible. I know that they want to sell the fish, but if you put it like this, the fish will not last long unless they know that the fish will be bought, you know, within a certain period of time. But looking at this, oh, this is not a good welfare for the fish. All right. Um, at that time, tilapia is sold by piece, right? So this one piece of fish is 6 ringgit 50 cent. Okay. So if you go to market, you can see this. In Malaysia, we also have grass carp and common carp. Okay, look at the pictures there. So I learned by looking at pictures too, you know, just like you. So what is the difference between, what are the differences between grass carp and common carp? Right, grass carp, look at the head. Okay, it has no bubbles. While the common carp, it has bubbles, all right, on each side. Okay, so bubbles are actually kind of like finger projections, something that is a sensory organs, but also in some fish, it has sensory buds. So it serves for taste and also for touch. Okay. And then the morphology of the body, grass carp is longer with just a single dorsal fin, while the common carp is kind of like deeper body, right? And the dorsal fin is elongated. Okay, these are some of the fish pictures, all right, between grass carp and common carp. We have this in Malaysia, cultured. This is the sultan fish, or in locally we call it jelawat. Okay, so the color is silver, elongated body, single dorsal fin, and it also has bubbles, right? If you look at the picture, you will see how it looks like, all right? Okay, big head carp, right? Look at the head, it's big as compared to the other fishes, all right? This is a black and white photo, so sorry, you all can see the actual colored photo and see, right? So this is the big head carp. Rohu, right? In markets, they like to have this, they like to sell this, right? So they look like, they kind of look like the big head carp, but the head is not as wide, all right? So you can tell, you know, if you look at this fish more frequent, when you go to the market or you go to the fish farm, you will be able to tell. Okay,
Mm.
okay. This is the katla. Hi Afika, so sorry that I forgot to give you the link.
It's okay, doctor.
Right, never mind. I think you are more expert at this. This is the walking catfish. In locally, I think it's called keli bunga. Am I right? I hope I'm right. All right, walking catfish is a native to us. Locally, we can find it, but those catfish that you can see in the market is not our catfish. It's actually African catfish. Okay? The difference is that the body is not patterned like this. It's more the body is generally just as of a single, apa tu, macam it's just black and grey like that. Alright, it doesn't have the spots. So this is a excerpt from newspaper. So it says alien fish devouring local species in Sungai Pahang. So what happened is that when we culture fish that is not local, that is not native to our species, they escape from the nets and so on, or fish, or people release them into the rivers. And then they are generally, the feeding behavior or they are more aggressive, all right, compared to our local species, and they have more opportunity to feed compared to our local species. So they thrive better than our local species. So when you see in the newspaper and what people catch all these species, you know. So we also have, let me see if I can besarkan. We have the Mekong or Asian red-tailed catfish, all right? Sometimes you can get peacock bass, right? Amazon red-tailed catfish, Arapaima, you know, what they have in the zoo. It's not local, you know, Arapaima, it's from the Amazon. This is what I said, alligator gar and African catfish, right? So Clares gariepinus ni, people are culturing them, right? So need to be careful about that, right? About maintaining our local species. Alright, striped catfish. Okay, ini ialah ikan patin, right? We call it ikan patin locally. So ikan patin is commonly referred to as dory. Okay, when you eat fish and chips in the shop, or you buy frozen products in the shelf on the supermarket, so what you are getting is actually this patin, right? Striped catfish, the meat from this fish. So I do not know if you prefer this, then alright. But for me, I think the taste is a bit different lah if you compare to in actual like cherry what do you call it, cherry can't remember, or other marine fish lah, okay, or Asian sea bass. The taste is diluted, macam tawar macam tu. So that's how I can more or less tell that it's not, that it is a striped catfish, alright. Nothing wrong, but just be careful of the source of the fish. Some regions use antibiotics and prohibited chemicals in their farm, alright. I won't tell you which region, but just be careful, you know, you can read the news, find out in your search engines. Some regions do not practice sustainable or good practice management. Be careful of the source of fish that you are getting. Okay. Okay, this is just pictures of ni lah. Okay. Clarias padracus, our local one. Clarias gariepinus. I'm not sure about Silurus glanis. I don't think we have it. Pangasis hypothalamus. Pangasis hypothalamus ni is your striped catfish lah. Alright. Alright, so we move on to, why is this here? Okay, this is actually a, this is actually a, sorry, this is an ornamental fish. It should be down here. Alright, it should be here. Right, sorry about that. Okay. So haruan, people look for this fish after they want to eat this fish after they gave birth. So confinement ladies or like to promote eating haruan. Nothing wrong. Eat good protein source, but if it's easy to find or readily available, well, why not, you know? Okay, so they look like this, elongated body and kind of have like a whitish knee on their body. Alright, toman is more of a, we have toman in our lab in aquatic animal health unit. So we have a pair of toman. If you're there, you can look at it. They can grow really long. I think about 1 meter, less than 1 meter, right? So they have this pattern on their body, and some fish hobbies wants to have this fish in the aquarium because they have some species are colorful, and the pattern on their body lah. Okay, and this is from people who catch the fish in the rivers lah. Right. Marble goby is a fish that we eat. Usually, correct me if I'm wrong, Chinese likes to eat gobies, especially during Chinese New Year, because of the pattern. It kind of looks like brown marble grouper or tiger grouper, but goby is a freshwater species. Okay. All right, and then this is a marine species, orange spotted grouper. All right, the name is self-explanatory. Okay, it's a grouper with spots on the body, orange spots. Sometimes when it is in the market, it has been out from the water for quite some time. The body will darken a little bit, right? So that is usually with fish when they are stressed. Some especially groupers, the body darken and then the pattern is not as visible, but usually you can identify lah. It won't be that, different. So this is what I like. I like brown marble grouper because I did my PhD in brown marble grouper. So why is it called brown marble grouper? Actually, it's also known as tiger grouper, right? So because of the patches on their body. So this is very clear. This is a fish that has been out from the water. So the body kind of changes, right? So this is I went to UMS. So they have macam aquaria, something like that, alright? So because they are doing research on groupers, so they have good stocks in their facility. They also have for in their, well, not museum, but for people to come and see. So you can see the banded, it has 5 bands on its body. So that is why it is called marble grouper. All right. So this is the fish size. You can see it's big. All right. This is a giant grouper. The fish is really big, almost as big as me. So, I put my picture here to give you the relative size of the fish. All right, giant grouper is a bigger size compared to orange spotted and brown marble. All right, for the groupers that you eat, nowadays they have crossed it. So they use a male giant grouper, so a male of this with a female of this, and they produce what they call hybrid groupers. Okay. So this is not cultured Napoleon wrasse. This is the fish which has teeth, right? Like really like human teeth, and they kind of bite on corals and stuff like that. All right, when you look at this fish, right, I took this photo and then I see that they are aware of me, this fish, it's aware of me. So that's why I'm telling you, fish can feel, they are aware of their surroundings. So I hope that you treat fish better, like if you do your practicals or you go to see fish, know that they have feelings too. So when I look at this, I feel like, wow, this fish is aware of me, can see me, and I can see it too, probably has the same feeling towards me. Because when you walk about the aquarium too, it kind of follows you around, so it's aware of you. So this is a sea bass. I've showed you in the fish base website just now. Particularly in Malaysia, we eat or we culture Asian sea bass lah. Okay. Red snapper, I'm very weak at identifying this. So when I go to the fish market, I sometimes not so sure, is it really a red snapper or not? Sea bass and red snapper is also known as cherry snapper. This fish is also used for your sea bass dengan snapper ni is also used for your fish and chips. So snapper fish fillet will be slightly more expensive than your pangasif lah. Okay. So we also have golden snapper. So I fetch all these photos, some of them just from Shopee. So even Shopee sells your fish, fresh fish. Okay, so besides fish, we also have crustaceans. So I'm only highlighting 3 here, which are most important. We have white leg shrimp, giant tiger prawn, and also river prawn. Actually, tiger shrimp, okay? It's not prawn, it's a shrimp. And river prawn. All right, so the name here, white leg shrimp, we showed you the photo later. Panis vanami, the color is lighter, it's white, it does not have that banded on the body compared to giant tiger prawn, Panis monodon, okay? It's self-explanatory, you know, we like to call it tiger because of the band. So anything with tiger, it's banded. And river prawn is Macrobrachium rosenbergi. So it's a freshwater species. So this the morphology is different from your shrimps, white leg and tiger. You can see that they have bigger or larger carapace or the head, and dia punya the front part or rostrum part is slightly different. So this is when I went to Thailand. So it is very not surprising. Actually, the aquaculture, especially shrimp industry, is more advanced than us. So they can sell their shrimp and prawn at a more reasonable price. Okay, and they are more available compared to us. So this is river prawn. This is tiger shrimp. All right, I think this is Vanami, I'm not sure, right? But just want to show you in Thailand. This is just one part. Actually, they have more here in the market. So the seafood choices there are more. And I think especially for shrimp and prawn, the price are better, right? At that time that I went to. Okay. So this is the difference between tiger shrimp and white leg shrimp, okay? Monodon and Vanami. As I said before, the color, this one is more lighter, does not have the band, all right? Yeah, and this one color is slightly bluish, blackish, with kind of like yellow on the legs, walking legs, right? So this is the picture of Macrobacterium rosenbergi. I kind of see like this head part, like the rostrum part. It's definitely carapace is bigger, all right, and it has this what do you call that? Forgot the name. Sorry, we'll look at it later. All right. We also have mollusk in Malaysia. I just want to highlight blood cockles. Okay, blood cockles and also Anadara granosa. Okay, Anadara granosa and sea mussels. Sea mussels, there are a few species. Doesn't matter. Just put whatever that you think is right in the assignment. Right, red cockles. Red cockles was one of the first few species that was cultured right back in I think not sure lah, maybe 20s, was it 70s? All right, so black cockles is cultured, so it's not. I mean, some of them are from the wild, but generally we do culture them. That's why you can always get in the market. But I think the issue is with kind of like producing the seedlings, and it takes quite some time for them to reach a certain size that is suitable for the market, right? Not an expert in cockles, but that's what I think. So this is a picture. So when we go somewhere, I like to go and see the seafood. You know, what do they have? So this is not local. This is in Scotland. So Scotland is also kind of nice seafood. So this is a they sell fresh oyster and mussels from their farm. So on weekends, I think they kind of bring whatever that they have from the farm to this kind of like a Saturday fish farm market in the morning, and you can select which what you want to eat, and then they will serve you chuck the oyster there and then for you to eat. They also have mussels, and the prawns, the shrimp are already boiled before they serve it. Alright, these are not local lah, but I just want to share with you. They have oyster, they have shrimp, and also mussels. Right, some of the ni lah. We do have oysters locally. We do have it, but I think it's of a different species, and I'm not sure about the industry, but we do have it. Okay. Okay, these are ornamental fishes. We have many species. It's generally quite easy to identify them, but I'm also not an expert, but I have a few books that whenever I see species that I'm not sure, kind of like refer to the book or the internet, and then see how to take care of them, what is the water condition or the temperature, what do they eat. Sometimes if you're interested in that, you can always look up the internet, or get a hobbyist book. Sometimes those books are quite detailed, so it's good to have a physical copy for you to immediately see. Okay. We have tetras, barbs, killifish. I'm not sure I have the photo now. Oh, I do not have all the photo. You can look up if you want to. Alright, Danius, Anambantoids ni are actually our what you call fighting fish, and also guramis. Alright, cichlits ni those discus fish. Alright, they look like triangle, right? Triangle, and they have a few different colors, so different bands and different color have got different names. So cichlits ni ada angelfish and discus. Catfish not only for culture to eat, but we also have them in the ornamental industry. It's called, people usually refer it to as plecos, plecos. But I know that majority of these plecos are non-local. Okay. Loaches, sharks. We also have sharks, but it's not that big shark. It's small shark species. The color is also, they have it purple color, black and yellow colored. So it's not that big shark, but it's a smaller species. Alright, guppies. Guppies, platies. Platies dengan mollies ni kind of look the same, but the color and the slight difference in morphology. Okay. Fantails. Goldfish. We have a variety of them, So for me, just to pinpoint one is not fair. Okay. And also locally, we have a lot of fish industry of arowana. They breed and they kind of like mix a few strains to get this color. It's a big industry. And some of the farms that is like you can see if you go down to Penang. Okay, Penang, the farms or the facilities are somewhere from Bukit Merah down to Penang lah. Okay. And then kois. Kois are the Japanese kois tu kan. So they're not, these kois are, the price difference depends on the color or the pattern that you want, right? And clownfish and damsels clownfish is the one that you always see, right? The orange and white bands, and also damsels. You'll see the photos later lah. So okay, whatever photos that I have, I'll share. Giant gurami, we have one in Ahu. It has been living there for so long. I think more than 10 years, if I may say. So I don't think it's there anymore. Very a fish with a lot of character, right? This fish is very, to me it's funny, you know, because it really interacts with you, and kind of like different fish has got different behavior and characteristic. So you can actually tell them apart based on their behavior. Alright, last time for our practical class, we bought this fish and it looks like it's diseased, you know, like it has apa tu dropsy syndrome, but it's actually normal, you know. It's called a pearl scale goldfish. Alright, so it's kind of bloated so that the scale kind of look the scales lifted up kind of look like pearl, you know. So that's why it's called pearl scale goldfish. Goldfish has got a lot of species. Yang fantails tu ada apa rancu lah, toncu lah, something like that, you know. Industry usually I think Indonesian is quite big on those species. China and also Japan lah, of course. So these are some of the marine ornamental fish or tropical fish. So we have clownfish, blue tank ni yang dalam cerita Nemo tu, Dory kan. So Dory is a blue tank and also a yellow tank, right? So this is a yellow tank. It looks funny with the mouth like that. This was in an exhibition in KL. So I went to the exhibition, seminar actually. It's a seminar or conference, and they brought over some fish. So we got to see this. So we had this in our magma last time. So we had a few. So these are damsel fish. So this is in these are marine fish. Okay. So for damsel fish, look at the body is kind of the same, but the color is different. So these are four striped damsel fish, dobinos. This is a yellow tail damsel fish, right? These are clownfish lah. Okay. And then flower horn, right? Last time I think like 7 years ago, flower horn hobbies it's very popular for you to have flower horns. This is just a normal one without the patterns on it, right? Some patterns look like specific words that you want, right? It looks like words or characters that you want, so they would fetch bigger price. Okay. So arowana, big industry in Malaysia. We have different colors of them, right? So the cheaper one is usually of a single, not single color. If you buy small and when they are around 5 inches, so they are cheaper, maybe 500, 600. So if you want to buy the adult one, you can fetch, I think, thousands of ringgit. Okay. So I think one of the famous one are the golden, silvers, arowanas. Alright. I've never had arowana. I've only seen friends who has arowana, and it is quite tricky, you know, to take care of them. I need to be very careful. Their feeding behavior is also different. They like to eat live feed, so you need to go and buy mealworms or cricket sometimes. But this feed need to be kept by you first so that they're not exposed to toxin or chemicals or something like that before you feed to your fish. Otherwise, your fish will have some diseases that you not want, right? Arowana. Nice to see the fish, but I wouldn't want to take care of it. It seems complicated to me. Okay. Kois, okay, kois, many types, many patterns that you can get. I think these are intermediate or kind of the not cheaper lah, but I mean the most common one lah, kois lah. So the Japanese kois that you have, they need to come from specific breeders, they call it, right? Specific breeders for you to get the patterns that you want, the certain characters that might want to look like on the fish. So it's a big industry. Dr. Fuad always sometimes go for cases of Japanese kois, usually related to water quality, right? Because they are kept in ponds like this outside the house. So sometimes the filter malfunctions or have not been maintained properly. So diseases come and kois will die, you know. I think Dr. Fong told me once he went to the farm, fish died, I think cost them 1 million ringgit. A few fish only cost them, or him, the owner, you know, 1 million ringgit. So one fish can fetch up to what, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. So if you have 10 of those that died, wow, you know, that's a lot. Okay, last slide. One that is not, second last slide, one that is not really popular, but this is the seahorse or hippocampus. So anybody knows this person? Anybody knows this person? Very famous person. This is our former dean, Pak Sheh, we call him, right? So just, I sometimes, or we sometimes see him because I joined the association, she's a pathologist, right? So I used to join Malaysian Association of Veterinary Pathologists. So I would sometimes meet him, and he's a very jovial person, very motivated. You know, if you go listen to his talk, it's really inspiring. He's also a professor emeritus, so you know, big name. But he's very humble person. You know, if you want to talk to him, he'll gladly talk to you. Sometimes I think he's still now that it's online, don't see him that much. But when we had the physical seminar, we do see him, right? So can't remember where was this, but so these are seahorse, right? Hippocampus. Seahorse, wow, a lot of species, varieties, depending on the colors, regions. We had I've got to see really seahorse. We had a research going on at Institute Bioscience in UPM. So it's near the Pine Cones area kan in UPM. So they have a small facility there. When they are doing the research, they had a few of these. So I got to see them close up. So this was just a picture during exhibition. All right, last photo. So when I went to Scotland, I had the chance to go to this place, you know, where they say that they saw the sea monster. So this place is called Loch Ness, alright, Loch Ness. Loch is kind of like a pond. Not pond lah, apa tu macam water body lah, something like, not pond lah, but you know. So there are a few movies about this, you know, about this sea monster. So just want to share with you, I went to this place. It's a really nice, it's a small village, not really ni. It's nice and makes you kind of think about what are the species that are out there that are yet to be discovered. I think in well, talking about wild species lah kan, there are still scientists still are discovering hundreds of new species every year. So we are still, you know, I'm still wondering, you know, what else are there that we have yet to discover. But whatever that we have now in terms of our wild species, we really need to maintain and manage. So that's all from me. Alright, I'll stop sharing. I think I'll leave you to do your assignment. Please apa tu sign your, not sign lah, but fill in your attendance in the chat box. Ada isi kan? Can you all get it? Is the link okay?
What link, doctor?
Apika, attendance link dekat chat box tu. Nampak tak?
Tak ada.
Tak ada, doktor.
Oh, sorry. Let me just copy it again. Might have missed it. Oops. Can you all get it now?
Boleh, doktor.
So fill that attendance, or I'll extend it lah until 12. Okay. Fill in the attendance. I'll stop taking attendance at 12. Meanwhile, you all work on the assignment.
Doctor, it needs permission.
Oh, ya ke? Kejap. Let me look at it. Ni dah ada orang buat ni. It needs permission Orang lain tak boleh buat
I think it has to use the UPM
boleh.
email.
Oh,
I can.
Afika cuba try lagi. Boleh tak? Kalau tak boleh, tak apalah. I just note down here. Orang lain boleh buat tak? Orang lain. Oh, kena pakai UPM. Afika ada UPM tak?
Kalau sign in dengan UPM punya account boleh rasanya.
Alright.
Oh, doktor saya tak ada.
I'll just put the name down manually, okay?
Okay,
No problem.
thank you, doctor.
Alright. Tapi last time you boleh buat kan?
I could do it from my normal Google account.
I'll try to see the settings lah. But this time never mind. If anybody else has a problem to sign the attendance, just email me. I just want to check again. Muzamal Altaf, are you in? I hope he's in because in the first class he emailed me. He was not able to sign the attendance. Amal Nur Azman, are you in? Who are the students? Are they in your class?
Yes, doktor.
So where are they? Were they Amal Nur Azman? Okay, ada. Alright. Muzamal Altaf memang tak ada
He is in the meeting.
Ada?
Ada.
Okay. Just want to check. Sometimes I might miss some students. Alright. So I hope no problem with signing attendance. Afika, if you want to activate your account, you need to go to that link lah. I'll show you lah later.
Okay, doctor.
Alright. I want to discuss about groupings lah. Because I went to the makmal and then I counted the tables. So macam one side 7 tables up to the back, and then on the other side 7 tables up to the back. Since there are 10 and 9 groups kan, 10 and 9, might be some issue lah. But if we make it to 7 groups, it will be too many person per group. Never mind, we'll try that first. But I hope that the group, all the groups will quickly, settle your stuff, clean up, so that the other group, when they come, they can have a go at it. I'll try to make a schedule so that we rotate the groups, alright? So on the first practical, group 1 go first, group 2 later, and then on the second practical, group 2 will go first. So it's kind of balanced. Okay, I have nothing else to say. Are there any questions for me? Submit in Padlet, Submit in Padlet. I'll go to the Padlet later to create that section for you. Take your time. I think I'm giving you up till Wednesday next week to do it. Take your time to do it so that it is beneficial for you, you know, not beneficial for me. It's so that it's beneficial for you. You know, you want to arrange it or change it anyhow that is better for you, do it. All right. I'm giving you all the need to do it. However creative you want to do it, you want to do it just simply as that. Never mind. I just want you to do it, learn, see the pictures, know the scientific names, at least for the common species. Kalau tak ada soalan, you all can go to your own group meetings or whatever it is. I leave you to it. Next week on Monday, class is supposed to start at 10. But I have to attend your seniors FYP presentation taklimat. So I actually didn't want to go. I don't want to go. I want to go to class lah. But it will be or otherwise they have to repeat a session just for me. So I do not want to do that. What I will do is I will give you links to 2 videos. So just watch it at your own time. If you are not able to finish it by the time that we start the class, it's okay, you can finish later. You will have plenty of time. My lectures and Amali, I do not like to take long. I would just want to deliver what is important. And if you have gotten that information, end the class. So I will not take 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. No. Okay. So if everyone is okay, no problem, you all can go lah. Okay, I'll end the meeting. Wait, stop recording. Alright, I'll end the meeting now.